And I thought you were very thorough, actually, in terms of the research you did. I mean, I know you spent a few days here talking to members of staff from a cross-section of roles, and so that you could get a good understanding of what the issues were. And clearly, the information that you then brought to the first session demonstrated that you'd got a pretty good handle on what was going on and what the issues were.
We initially had a number of sort of one-to-one meetings, and just to get a bit of an understanding about our perception, our individual perception, and we didn't want the directors to be sitting in ivory towers and actually understand what was going on the ground floor. But I think quite quickly and during the first workshop, you took an understanding from our feedback, and basically the issue was drawn out of the individuals. There was quite a large workshop to start off with, a number of people, and by the use of drama, you very quickly understand and recognised our concerns and people's perception.
It's a really valuable opportunity for people to see what they do, see what their colleagues do, really get an understanding of the impact of their actions on each other, and it really did clear the air for a lot of people. It gave them an opportunity to really express what frustrated them about the relationship.
The use of drama for me, I think initially I was a little bit reserved. My staff were there, etc., and you've got to consider how people view you. But I think, to be quite frank, that was a very short period of time, and then drama did help us to, I think, get to the core of the issues quite quickly.
It really kind of highlighted the impact of our own behaviours, and we all recognised the things that were being said, and the sort of the actions and the body language and all of that kind of stuff was really, you know, on the mark, and you could tell by the reaction of people in the room. My
main memory of workshop number 1 was about just getting the understanding and perception out of the individuals, the staff members, the people on the ground. What do they think, and what are their concerns, and then how do we address it? We came out of there all sort of almost as if there was no problem, if you like. There was a big sea change really in perception and attitude.
It's about exposing something you do to yourself so that you realise it, and then do something about it. But instead of using the actors, you're actually using your own experiences, and Martin very cleverly kind of works the room dynamic so that there's a lot of trust and a lot of willingness to really expose yourself. We've seen quite a few quite dramatic changes, generally around individuals and the way they are. I mean, there's a manager that reports to me, fantastically knowledgeable and experienced man, and one of his direct reports was on the course, and he said he's really seen this lad just change his whole approach. He's now a lot more challenging. You know, I don't think he was intimidated before necessarily, but now feels he's got the kind of like the emotional strength to challenge his line. You know, this very experienced, much older, much more knowledgeable line manager, but it's a kind of it's a credible challenge. You know, he's not just being stroppy for the sake of it. It's well thought through. It's coming from it's coming from a very genuine place.
Since both the workshops, I think very quickly I saw some immediate changes, better perception, greater understanding. Probably wish we had more people at it if we could have done. You know, you still have to run a business as well. But I think there's also a greater respect by individuals as well. So individual personalities have actually improved, and some of the extreme personalities from both companies have actually pulled in much closer. And I think that the workshops have really helped relationships considerably, actually.
I was honestly and genuinely delighted at the end of the 2 days. It was very fresh. Nobody in the room was expecting it to work as well as it did. I think almost unanimously it had a positive impact.